y'all, today's forecast calls for like a tornado or something, but we're still gonna do a garden tour in a tornado, okay? Here we go. Okay, sorry for the theatrics, but it is quite windy out here, and I wanted to get this video done today because this is when I had it planned today, because this is it. So, welcome to my garden. I'm just gonna walk around, and we're gonna start over here with the green stalk, because I'm actually quite proud of the green stalk and the fact that, like, we've gone through some pretty windy times and it still stands. It has not moved. So on the green stalk right now, we've got strawberries. And these strawberries have been here for a little while. What I wanted them to do is kind of drop down and go into each tier, but that didn't really work out. So we got the strawberries here. We've actually picked a couple off of them. Then we got our lettuce. This is the black-seeded Simpson lettuce. That is my absolute favorite lettuce. And then we just got some more romaine, just dark romaine lettuce right here. Now what I did do when I filled up, I amended the green stalk. I actually have black-seeded Simpson seeds. So these were some starts that I got, and I planted them. And then I spread seeds in here, and you can see they're starting to come up. So that way, as we harvest this will start growing, and then we can start harvesting that. Succession planting. And here I've got some basils. And now I don't remember which basils I have. You can see that one did not do too well. But I know that I, again, just threw some seeds in there. I had gotten some seeds from Will. And so I'm pretty sure some, like, yeah, I really can't remember what basils I put in there, but it's like one is the lemon basil and another is that, oh gosh, what's it called? Not blue, what's it? One of the ones that they made tea out of. I'll put a clip in here or something with the actual name, or put it on the bottom, something. I'm the worst. My mom bought me freaking labels from Dollar General or Dollar Tree, and I still don't even label anything. So I'm just guessing. Wait till we get to the tomatoes. I do actually kind of remember what tomatoes I put where, but yeah. So speaking of tomatoes, Jess gave me some of those dwarf tomatoes, so I planted them right here in the bottom. And we'll see how they go. So over time, get it? Over time, because that's time right there. That's been planted here since last year, and look how big and beautiful it is. So that's thyme. And then we've got some sage, again planted for over a year, or planted last year, still done good. And then rosemary, which smells delicious. So this row changed it up a little bit. We got some fennel, and the reason we planted the fennel is really the only reason that we planted it was because we want those caterpillars to come back and make butterflies again, like we did when it was over here. So we planted it right here, just because why not plant it in a different spot? But yeah, that's really the main reason we got the fennel. Now we can use it for some other stuff, but the main reason, I mean, honest truth, main reason we got that fennel is so for the butterflies. Butterfly! 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 We're on the ground, we'll just sit down. Now my squash, when I first planted it, and this is a tip, okay? Here goes the wind. Let's give it a second. Nice. Good stuff. So when you first plant your squash, okay, this was I didn't do these from seed. We got these for starts. Chastity got them. When you first put your starts in the ground, whether it's from seed or you get transplants, you want to cover them immediately with a row cover. You want to cover them until they start to make buds or flowers. See, this one actually over here is making squashes already, but when the blooms start coming up here, then the stems and everything are pretty much, then they're pretty much like tough enough where like vine borers, they can kind of fight them off a little bit easier. whenever you first plant them, that's when the vine borers kind of get in there and just lay the eggs, and then they start tearing up your squash from the inside. Now, over here, little bitty new bed right here. A little bitty new bed. This is an experiment. So these are jalapenos. I can remember pretty much. I know what I planted. Sometimes I don't remember where I planted it, but I know these are the jalapenos because I didn't want them over by my other peppers in case they kind of crossed and had like a spicy bell pepper or something. Wind. So these are jalapenos. Onions. These are onions. Now I planted these onions from like Chassie had set some onions outside that were rotting and started to sprout. So I was like, screw it, let's cut it up and plant it and see what happens. Well, they're doing all right. So we got onions in here next to our jalapenos. You can see we got some little jalapenos popping up. Ooh, oh, look at that one. Ooh, I just noticed that one. Be careful with don't touch your eyeballs. So I like spicy things. The reason I planted these jalapenos is because if you remember, if you were with me when Jess made that that really hot sauce that I actually enjoyed. I put that was like my Frank's. I put that stuff on everything. But I'm gonna get her to tell me how she did it. Ferment the jalapenos, and then I think she said she pureed it with like peach puree or something. I don't know. That we're gonna attempt to make that again. But that was also love stuffed jalapenos on the grill. So delicious. So yes, that's this itty bitty bed right here. It was kind of like a little last minute thing. We had the chickens. Thor is actually in the chicken tractor right now, but we had him kind of sitting right here. We had him in it, and he was over here so long that he just kind of tore up the ground and stuff. So I was like, hey, we planted it. It'd be good fertile stuff. So that's why I planted right there next to our bird bath that has no water in it. We have our lemon balm. And I planted this last year too, and I'm glad it came back. It smells so good. But you can also see, boop, 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 starting to spread, which I'm actually not too upset about. I do cut the grass in here, so I do kind of keep it maintained a bit, but I'm probably going to choose a couple to let grow up as well, because I do like that it's going to like surround that bird bath. We do put water in the bird bath, but it's actually not the best. You can see it's all jacked up. I need to seal it because it holds water for a little bit, but it's old. I got this from my grandmother after she passed. So yeah. So and then over here, this is the same spot that we had our cucumbers before. And again, I had these covered up until they started making little blooms. The way the vine borers and stuff won't get to them. I really didn't have too much of a problem with that with my cucumbers last year as I did with my squash. So, but I still cover them just to be safe. You know, why not? Why not be safe? So, while we're right here, I was gonna go behind me. But let's go to Wade's little garden. Here's Wade's garden. In Wade's garden, you can see he has some carrots and some grass. These are cool carrots. He planted these. We did little rows. These are what popped up. Now this one is actually a carrot top that he cut off of a carrot he ate and planted it, and it's actually still doing pretty good. And then we have garlic in here, and my mom gave him a little sweet pepper to grow. It's not doing like the best, but it's still doing it. It's still doing, you know, it's been there for a good week, so it'll get better. So that's Wade's little garden. It's pretty cute. Love that thing. Now right here we have our bee balm. I planted this thing. This thing smells so good. I'm glad the flowers are coming out on it. But this is a attractant for pollinators. I want bees coming around. Oh, it smells delicious. But want the bees coming around and help pollinate things, of course. Then we have our chickens. These are the ones that we hatched out from Thor and a couple of the other hens. They're doing good. Beans. I've got my beans. So I direct sowed these in, and then from last year, there was like a little volunteer one right there. But I need to get my string attached to my little wheel and go down so that way they'll trellis up here. And then I've got a Brussels sprout here, 2 Brussels sprouts that I cut from my winter garden, and it decided it wanted to grow up, so I'm gonna let it see what happens. Then over here we have our okra. We got 1, 2. The wind there's 3. I'm telling you, the wind has been so bad the last couple days that I guess blowing my leaves around. And the reason I put these leaves down was because I'm top watering right now, and it helps with the splash. But also, these leaves have been they've been dead all winter long, and they start to break down. And they're oak leaves. Oak leaves, as they break down, actually create like really good nutrients. So it's kind of a test of 2 things. It's like a soil amendment type of thing. Well, I'm not really amending, but I'm putting it down as a cover so that at the end of the season I can cover it and it'll break down even more and just create good soil underneath it. Tests. Year 2. Tests and build. So I've got okra in here. It's the same okra I did last year. It's the Clemson spineless, you know, because we all know that Clemson is spineless. Just joshing. Don't hate me. I did. The weather has been crazy, but the wind covered up my loofah. I got another loofah going. Actually, I had 1 loofah going, and I planted it, and it didn't make it. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I had started 3, but 2 didn't pop up until I moved them outside, and then they sprouted. So I was like, okay, cool. I gave 1 to my mom, and then I've got this one here growing. You can see there has been something kind of nibbling on some of the leaves. That's why I try to keep some of the leaves away from it. But so this one will be a loofah. Hopefully it'll grow up. The first one I planted, I actually planted in time where in the 220 days it takes to create loofahs and stuff like that, I would have had some good ones. But this one's probably gonna take longer. But we love our loofahs. I use them in the house, washing dishes, washing our bodies. So I'm hoping to be able to like sell some. That'd be pretty neat. But across from the loofahs, we have tomatillos. Now these tomatillos we got. That's how bad the wind has been. This one's knocked over. We gotta put it up. Gotta stake it up. But these tomatillos I got from whenever Chastity and I went to that herb fest thing in Lexington at the Lexington Museum. So I got these tomatillos. I planted them. You can see they're doing quite well. But tomatillos, salsa verde, just like roasting them and popping them in your mouth. Good stuff. Then next to the tomatillos, right here, I don't know if you can see, we've got these are my bell peppers. So these are the peppers that I didn't want close to my jalapenos because I didn't want like spicy bells. Planted them this way on purpose because I think it was Jess that was talking about how peppers like to hold hands. So I was like, well, let's hold hands. But so, yeah, they're close enough. As they get bigger, they'll touch leaves. That's actually why I did the tomatillos the same way. You can see they're like touching each other,
touching hands,
talking, being friends, being friendly.
Touching you.
Doing things. Ooh, this is one of the seeds Okay, this is basil. It is the American blue. I was right. It was blue. It was blue something, but it had blue. It wasn't blue something. It was something blue. American blue basil. And this is what one of the basils that Will made tea out of. Well, it wasn't Will. I guess it was Taylor. Will's other half, better half, really. But he gave me the seeds. But this I got from the same Herb Fest thing. Planted it here. I like basil. It smells good. Make good stuff. Pestos, things like that. But definitely the teas. That lemon basil in my green stock. Oh, it's gonna be so delicious. So delicious. Let's see. I'm not gonna. The grand finale is gonna be the tomatoes. I think we're not there yet. We got one more row. Okay. In this row, we've got potatoes. And again, we just had some potatoes that decided they wanted to start making more. And so I was like, I'm gonna give you the opportunity to prove yourself and make more of yourself. You know, that's what it's all about, making more of yourself. So I have a whole row. You can only see 2 right now. I'll show you the whole row. Here we go. So there's the whole row. Okay, I fibbed a little bit. The potatoes, or did I say potatoes or tomatoes? Did I talk that whole time and say tomatoes? I don't think I did. I think I said potatoes. Should I redo it? Just in case? Just in case, these are potatoes, not tomatoes. I think I said potatoes, but these are potatoes. Potatoes. On to the next one. I have hops. This is a hop plant. 2 hops. One, actually, technically it was 1. But I split the root bulb and I have 2. And then I took this tree and I cemented it into the ground that I cut from over there when I was doing my fence, getting ready for the fence, that I still haven't done yet. Alright, put it here, because this thing, when I start popping these off like this, let's see, I can actually eat these because they're tender. It'll get 30 foot tall. So I was like, well, how am I going to trellis it? So like I said, I took this tree right here, and I said, ooh, that'll do, pig. You gotta use what you got, right? Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Have you been waiting for this moment? I'm not sure. I have. My tomatoes. My tomatoes. The tomatoes. I started these from seed. I know, last year we were so excited. But now this year I'm even more excited. Because I started them at the right time. Ish. No, I did it. I started them at the right time. Okay? I started them at the right time. I planted them I planted them on Good Friday, okay? Everybody's like, oh, after Good Friday, look at your weather. I didn't look at my weather. I was like, Good Friday, we're doing it, planting them. And then it got cold. I was like, oh no. But so with that little bit of cold and warm and cold and warm, I did get a little bit of leaf damage. But they're still kicking it. Let me wet my whistle. And let me tell you, I actually added some new ones. Here we are. Here are my tomatoes. Pink Jazz goes down 4. And then, I have 7. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Am I missing one? Oh, crap. Okay. Actually, yes, I think some didn't. Yep, I did. Okay. Pink Jazz, 4 of them. 7 are my San Marzanos. one that did not germinate. So these are my San Mars. Now, if you see, I've got a post right here, and then I've got a wire. You can't see the wire, barely, right there above it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie a string here down to the tomato and let it trellis up that way. Ooh, this is a mint plant. No clue what type of mint. I meant to look it up. Okay. Those are these two, because I planted them further away from these over here. But these two are the little ones. Man, I knew I thought I was. Yeah, I'll put it at the bottom of the screen, of course. But it's my little cherry tomatoes. These two are something I did not grow. I got these from my friend Farrah, and it is from the M.I. Gardner, the Giant Crimson. That's that old. If you know who M.I. Gardner is, he's a dude, pretty cool dude. A lot of great information. Well, he had some seeds, I believe, from someone, and they're super old seeds, like ancient seeds. I don't know about ancient, but like they're very old seed, and he wasn't sure if he was going to be able to get them germinated, and he did. So then he started saving that seed, and now he sells that seed. So it's a crimson, giant crimson. So she gave me two of those. I'm kind of excited about that. Growing those, and then the other four are already making tomatoes. I got some blooms on there. What other one? I did the black. That one wasn't a black beauty. Man, y'all, I'm sorry. This is why I say, like, you just gotta do it. I'll know it when it creates something. I'm gonna need. What am I gonna? Oh, that one's got little blooms on too. My San Mars. Okay. I have to get better at like labeling stuff. If it comes with a label, I'm pretty good at putting that label on the ground. And I thought I did that. I thought I kept my little oh, I did I did it. Okay. That is my, that's the indigo blue. That's what it was. It's like Black Beauty because it's dark, but it's the indigo blue. Yeah, I knew I stuck that in there. See? I tried to do good. So yeah. I'm silly. I do need to do better though at labeling myself. But I do remember sticking those little clothespins that I wrote on when I first did them. I stuck them by them. So of course I can't remember fully what each one of the names is, but very minimal. That's not big. I am planning on filling up more stuff over in where my herbs were. I did sprinkle some flower seeds, and then up here, I've got some chamomile seeds in here, and then some other flowers. But I don't care too much about knowing the name of the flowers because I'm not a flower person. But I just know I want flowers. I'll do better. It's year two. We're doing it. We're still doing it. We're doing it, and things are alive. That's what matters the most. That's what matters the most. Okay? You may forget what you planted, but it's alive, and it's gonna make something, and you're gonna eat that something as long as you know that you can eat it. As long as you know that part. Okay? Don't be planting something to be like, I don't know if I can eat this. That's bad. But I know I can eat this. I can eat everything I have in here. Therefore, we're good. I do want to, I got to get some, I thought I had some dill seeds, but I guess I don't anymore. But yeah, because I did have some. I had some mammoth dill seeds. I was going to start, but I don't have any, so I got to get some dill. I want to make sure I get dill all over the place because, of course, my cucumbers. I want to make some pickles, and then I do want to do some more basils. I want to do some more, like, I wanted to see, I wanted to get everything established first and see, like, how it did before I really started adding even more stuff in. Because I didn't want to add some flowers in, and then, like, crap, I could have planted such and such here. So now that I got pretty much the stuff that I know that we eat and that we're going to use to make different things out of, now I can start, like, filling in gaps with, oh, it was tulips. No, it wasn't. It was pansy. No, I was bringing pansies over. Crap. Okay. Then I can start putting flowers in different spots. Like, what daffodils was it? No, I don't have any daffodils. Whatever. But we'll get, like, the marigolds and things around the tomatoes, stuff like that, and we'll make it, and then it'll be, like, even when they start blooming, even prettier. So yeah, I think really one thing that I don't show y'all much. So I know I said the tomatoes were like the grand finale, the thing that you're waiting for, but I kind of screwed that up with not remembering the names and things. But let's go to the fence. Before we get to the fence line, I want you to check out these two little trees. I got this one, and then there's another one over there. This is the chestnut trees. I got 2 chestnut trees from Will. I tell you what, Will just kind of, he has done a lot giving me stuff like this, but, like, he gave me 2 chestnut trees. But I do have a plan for this whole area between the chestnuts and the actual fence, and that is I'm going to do a blueberry patch. Now, I've already started with my blueberries, and they are looking voluptuous. Look at this. Just, would you look at that? We've actually already eaten some off of here. We had some good ones. We were able to beat the birds to them. You notice I don't have them covered because we share with the animals. So that's one blueberry. That was actually one of the first ones I planted. Then right here is a raspberry. Now it's getting some razzies on there. I pruned it down a little bit. Over here is a black raspberry. Talking about labeling, look at this. I put this on the fence. Boom. Black raspberry. And this will be the first year we get anything off of it. Then further down is a kiwi. Not sure if it's gonna do anything because it never has. So, but it's growing, you know. I kind of put it on here because I wanted it to vine and like do a little cover on the fence. But more blueberries right here. You see? Got blueberry. Look at this one. This one's getting purple. Ooh, yummy. Further down, all these. Even more getting purple. So yeah. Then we got our elderberry. So this one didn't get cut down the first time on accident like that one did. But it's doing good. It's actually throwing up shoots. So we'll get some good elderberry bushes. And then we got this elderberry, which actually I cut down accidentally, and it was a shoot that popped up, and I was happy for it because you got to have 2 elderberries in order to make elderberries because they have to cross-pollinate. So yeah, that is my garden tour. I know I suck at it. I'm no Jess. I'm no like elegant fancy. I'm me, and I love it, and I love me. Appreciate you hanging out with me. Appreciate you, you know, weathering the storm with us. And yeah, thank you. We'll catch you next one.